Good afternoon, Pio Nation. I hope you're having a great day. My name is Matt Williamson, and you're watching Marietta College Esports. Today, we have a very exciting match for you. We have our Pioneers going up against our old OAC rivals up north. That's right, Muskingum University. This should be a very exciting match. There's so much history between the two schools, and now they're going to get to duke it out in League of Legends. So let me get you the roster for our League of Legends team. So in the top lane, we have MC Cressman, Scott Cressman. For jungler, we have MC Knox, Lucas Stanford. For the mid lane, we have MC Brimstone, Ian Darling. AD carry, MC Larson, Brandon Larson. And our support is MC Cowboy, David Stratton. And then our sub is MC Moon, Kevin Zhang. And then our coach is Drake Newsom. So we're still getting some things set up in the lobby. This will be a best of three. So once we get things going, we will get that to you. In fact, I'm still waiting for an invite to the lobby here. So it might not even be set up just yet, but we should be getting it going anytime now. But yeah, so while we are waiting for things getting set up, we'll just go over a couple things that's been going on recently with the esports program. So our Rocket League team and Overwatch team went up against Muskingum yesterday morning. Those matches were not in our favor, unfortunately, but they did their best, and a lot of lessons were learned, and hopefully they'll be able to learn from those and improve for the upcoming matches in the next several weeks. The League of Legends team also wins up against Missouri Baptist University as part of Collegiate League of Legends yesterday and fell to them 0-2. So we'll see if they can take some of the lessons from that match and apply it to today's match. Also, as a scheduling note of things that are going to be coming up. So next weekend, the Pioneers will be going up against Mount Vernon Nazarene University as part of the Great Lakes Esports Conference. Now we're still finalizing sometimes. The Rocket League and Overwatch matches should be as is, so 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. respectively on Saturday. And the League of Legends match, we may have to look into see if we can schedule that another time. And we also don't know who our opponent is for CeeLo just yet. So once we have those updates, we will get that to you. So if you want to find out those updates, please be sure to follow us on social media. So you can follow us on Twitter at Marietta Esports. You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Marietta College Esports. You can also follow our YouTube channel. All of our broadcasts will be uploaded there a week after the broadcast. So for example, this weekend, you should be able to see our matches against Trine University up on YouTube. I think later on today, it will be up if it's not up already. And then our matches with Muskingum will be up next weekend. I'm going to go double check some things with the lobby here. But anyway, yes, you can follow us on our YouTube channel. So you can go to bit.ly/Marietta College Esports. And then you can also follow us on Twitch here. So whenever we go live, you can be notified about those matches. Double checking a couple things here in Discord as we're trying to get some things going here, so I apologize. Let's see here. You're probably hearing me type right now as I'm trying to get everything underway. All right, so we're still getting some things underway. As was mentioned, you can follow us on our Twitch channel here for any upcoming broadcasts. All of our VODs will be available immediately afterwards. However, you do need to subscribe to it. It's just kind of part of the deal here. But if you want to wait a week and watch our matches on YouTube, you can certainly do so. If you're impatient like I am, You can always subscribe to our Twitch channel. That gives you access to our VODs immediately after broadcast. It also gets you access to all of our emotes that are courtesy of our communication brand management department. So your support is much appreciated. It definitely helps with growing the esports program. We've been able to start looking at supporting console gaming, maybe even looking at a Super Smash Brothers team because of your support. So it definitely does make a difference. And then, of course, I should throw out there that if you're not able to cover the cost of a Twitch subscription, I have a secret for you. There is this thing called Twitch Prime, where if you subscribe to Twitch Prime, you get a free sub every month. Plus, you get all sorts of in-game perks. So, like recently, Riot Games released free skins for League of Legends, and I think you get like a character if you play TFT. But if you don't even want to pay for the Twitch Prime subscription, if you have Amazon Prime, you already get that for free. You just got to create a Twitch account, link it to your Amazon Prime account, and boom, you got Twitch Prime. So there are several ways to help with supporting the esports program. All right, so we're still trying to get some things set up with the lobbies. I'm double checking with that. Oh, okay. I think we're... All right, we got the lobby at least started. Now we're just getting everyone into the lobby, so we're getting there. So once we have that set up, we'll probably get the pro draft underway in just a few minutes. All right, and it looks like Marietta will be blue side in game one, and Marietta will be on... No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Marietta's blue side and Muskingum's red side. There we go. I need to learn to talk. Right, yeah, just trying to get everyone in there. Okay, so it looks like everyone from Marietta is in the lobby now. We're just getting everyone in the proper LCS order. Okay, so it looks like the lobby's good. So see, it may not even go with Pro Draft because I'm trying to remember if Muskingum is doing CLOL, because if they do, then they already have League unlocked. I know a couple of the GLEC schools are doing CLOL, so they all have League unlocked, but we'll see here. I haven't seen any links yet for Pro Draft. We'll get the audio going just in case they go switch into it, so you might hear some typing noises. Okay, people are saying that they are ready, so we might just be skipping Pro Draft and go straight into Champion Select. So if that's the case, then we'll go straight to it. I'm just waiting to see what's going on here. The suspense is killing me. Yeah, I think Muskingum still needs a minute, so we'll give it a chance to get things ready. I know everyone is just waiting here as you're looking at the roster of the college. We'll go over a couple things after Champ Select's underway. I don't want to start talking about other things that's going on with the program and then they go straight into Champion Select. Guess while we're waiting, we will go over the starting roster for Muskingum. So in the top, I don't know their actual names, but in the top lane we have Moist TP, which I see has a lot of support in the chat. In jungle, it looks like we have Miao Miao Zhang, I think. I apologize if I botched up the pronunciation. In mid, we have MU Dead Calm. AD carry seems to be Maxwell Vokubi. And support is Blades Lee or Lai. Once again, I don't know how to pronounce, so I apologize for butchering any of Muskingum's players' names. I'm sure Quinn will correct me later on. And we are underway with Champion Select. Once again, Marietta is on the blue side, Muskingum will be on the red side, so we will see what champions are going to be knocked out of this game and what those sides will prioritize. And Vigar gets the ban hammer right from the get-go. Marietta does not want to play against that. We see Jarvan being banned. He's a pretty popular jungler right now. No, Muskingum actually plays Jarvan a lot, if I remember correctly, but so does Nox, so we're just going to take that out completely. We see the Ornn getting banned. Another popular top champion, really good engages for team fights. No Kled. It's one of Cressman's favorite champions. Hasn't seen a lot of action in this season, but it's still something to have to kind of keep in mind. And we see the Nautilus being banned, really good engager in the bot lane with the hooks, and just a very beefy, tanky champion, so we will not see that in this game either. And now we will see what is Muskingum's last ban. And we won't see the Zed. I've seen quite a few Zed bans. I'd say I've been a little behind in my knowledge of the current meta. So he has to be pretty popular in the mid lane if he's getting banned quite often. So we'll see what Marietta is prioritizing first. And they're highlighting the Braum, and they may lock it in. And they do get Braum as their first pick. Interesting that they decided to prioritize the Braum. We see Muskingum hovering over Misfortune. And they do it with the Leona Misfortune, a very strong combination in the bot lane. So I'm going to guess that Marietta will start thinking about how they're going to counter the Misfortune, because I don't think that's going to be a flex pick for sure. And it looks like Marietta's going to go with the Kai'Sa. So Kai'Sa Braum versus Misfortune Leona should be a very interesting matchup. We'll see what Marietta decides to go with next. And we get the Olaf. Okay. Olaf is one of those champions where if you get him going, he can steamroll the entire team. And not gonna lie, that has happened several times. But now we're gonna see if Nox is gonna be able to pull off that same thing to get ahead and steamroll Muskingum. And they decided to go with Syndra. I find this very interesting, just because they're essentially blind picked their AD and mid, and usually you try to go for the counters for that, especially when you're on red side. So I find this interesting, but they must have they really want to prio pick the Misfortune and Syndra. I see Muskingum is banning Diana. They do not want that to go up against Syndra. Marietta will ban the Malphite. They do not want to see that in the top lane. Yeah, because Muskingum still needs to pick their top and jungle, while Marietta still needs to pick their mid and top.
Hey, never pick a fight you can't win.
And we see Set being banned. Set's one of those, he's just a very powerful top champion right now. They don't want to see Cressman on it, unless they just want to plan on playing Soraka. And we see Sign, so a lot of targets for the top lane. So it looks like Marietta is really trying to ban out Moist TP. In fact, if you look at this, We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 champions in the top lane banned. I find that really interesting. And it looks like Muskingum will go with Sejuani for the jungle. So now we're going to see, I guess the big question is, what is Crestman going to play up top? With so many top champions banned. I'm not saying there's any issues with champion pools, but it makes you wonder what our top laners are going to be playing in this matchup. And we see a Fizz up against a Syndra. That's an interesting pick. And it looks like Crestman's going to go with... Oh, he was highlighting... Okay, he's highlighting a bunch of things. I don't know what he's going to pick now. Okay, now he's going to go with the Darius. So what will Moist TP play against that? I mean, there could be a couple of options, so... I'm not going to say... Oh, I mean, technically, this is a 3-minute delay, so whatever I say, they've already picked it, so it's not like I'm going to be telling Muskingum what they're going to be playing right away. But... Okay. So we're going to get the Tryndamere. So now that makes me wonder, so I'm going to pull up some things here. Is that... I know Tryndamere is one of those interesting champions, but is that something that's frequently played? Looks like it's been played a bit this season. Alright, so we're going to get Tryndamere versus Darius, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, so we are in spectator delay, so while we are waiting for that, just a couple of other announcements, things that's going on with the esports program and Marietta College in general, just so you are up to speed with things. So, of course, as I mentioned earlier, this weekend we'll have our next Great Lakes Esports Conference match against Mount Vernon Nazarene University. Still have to work out some of the scheduling things for the League of Legends team, but the Rocket League team should still be at 9 a.m. and Overwatch match should still be at 11 a.m. We're also working on some fundraising campaigns. So first and foremost, if I pull up the appropriate sign here, this coming Friday is Marietta College's annual Day of Giving. Yes, we know that is on Valentine's Day, but there's good reason why it's on Valentine's Day, because this is technically the college's birthday. The college was chartered on February 14th, 1835. So to celebrate that, we are reaching out to friends, the community, alumni, to make a gift to help support Marietta College. And your support has helped the college with a variety of opportunities for our students and our faculty. It's been helpful for different academic programs. It's been helpful for our athletic teams. We've been able to build new facilities, expand existing facilities, renovate facilities, provide scholarships for our students. I mean, let's face it, the cost of college is very expensive. So if we can find ways to help make it more affordable for our students, it's definitely much appreciated. So on Valentine's Day, please take some time out to go to marietta.edu/give. Any amount would help. You can even designate where your gift goes to. So, if you want to, you can mark your gift towards anything you want. If you want to say designate to Marietta College Esports, you can certainly do so. So your help would be appreciated there. Also, we are having another fundraising campaign specifically for our esports program. We are partnering with an organization called Versus Cancer, which emphasizes research in pediatric brain tumors. So they are looking to see if we can help with raising funds to assist with that research and see if we can find a cure, not just for cancer in general, but for specifically pediatric brain cancer. Because let's face it, cancer it's a horrible thing. No child should ever have to go through it. So if you want to help with that, you can go to bit.ly/MC versus cancer, and any amount would be appreciated. Whether it's $50, whether it's $10, even if it's just $1, that's all you can give. Every dollar will help. The way the arrangements are set up are 50% of the proceeds will go towards cancer research, and then the other 50% will go towards a children's hospital of our choice. And we have chosen the Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, Ohio. But yeah, so yeah, I was just saying, so we are going to be trying, 50% of the proceeds would go towards Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, Ohio, so any bit would be greatly appreciated. All right, so the game is loaded, so I'm just getting the UI set up. So, with that said, I hit the wrong button again. Let's try this again. Press this button. Okay, hold on. Give me... No, that's not right. Let's just do it this way. There we go. All right. So it's game 1, Marietta College versus Muskingum University.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
It looks like we're going to see a bit of an invade by Marietta, and we're already getting some flashes burned. Misfortune to burn her flash, and Nox burned his flash to try to gang up onto Misfortune, and I don't think Maxwell's is going to get away from this. So that will secure a first blood for Marietta. That did allow Muskingum to get at least some vision in Marietta's blue jungle, so it's a little bit of a trade between first blood and getting some vision. But we see Cowboy dropping some vision as well. So the interesting invade there by Marietta, but it does give the first blood, and specifically that does give that to Larson. And so with that, we do see that Muskingum will start, actually both Marietta and Muskingum will start with their blue buffs. And because of the vision that was dropped, both sides are fully aware that they started with their blue jungle. And we're already seeing an early gank attempt by Nox, and Larson has to flash away because he's already very low. Actually, that was not Nox. For some reason I thought he was playing Sejuani. That's my bad. That was a gank attempt by Muskingum and getting the kill onto Larson. So now it's tied up pretty early in the game as far as gold goes. But Sejuani does get that kill. Yeah, so it's not even 3 minutes in the game, and we've already seen quite a bit of action with the early first blood invade, the early gank by Muskingum. So I think this is going to dictate how this game is actually going to go. And we see actually in the top lane that Darius has taken an early CS lead, just being able to kind of put bleeds onto Trainemere, keeping him out of the fight. But we see with that early death in the bot lane, Larson's already a little behind in CS. So we'll see if he's going to be able to catch up. And we see even some trading going on in the mid lane between Fizz and Syndra. But caution pings are coming out. So meanwhile, we do see junglers securing Scuttle Crab, so Nox was able to secure the Scuttle Crab in the top river. Muskingum was able to get Scuttle Crab in the mid river. And we see a possible gank attempt going on in the mid lane onto Syndra, and Nox will get the kill onto Syndra. And even with the flash, Syndra was not able to get away. Alright, so things seem to have quieted down a little bit. Nox is kind of taking care of his Krugs, sorry. So we'll see if he uses an opportunity to do a gank attempt in the bot lane. It's kind of... The lane's kind of frozen right now, though, but slightly pushed towards Marietta's side. But there is some vision down, so if Olaf were to try to head over there, he'd be aware. When we see Trinimir taking some damage and some bleed stacks, but he will get away. And we see Sejuani getting the pings out, so we may see another gank attempt by Muskingum in the bot lane. But we see Olaf is creeping around, and they may not see this coming, but we're going to see a gank and a counter gank going on here. And Misfortune's going to be going up the river. And there's Sejuani. And we see Sejuani's having to flash away. Nox goes down, but so does Sejuani. So both junglers are down, but Cowboy's is less than half health. And Brom's having to move away, but here comes Fizz to the rescue. And we see the Misfortune going down, and Leona's going to be running away. Syndra might try to help, but... Oh, right before... Of course the camera moves away right before Brimstone gets the kill. Stupid spectator mode. But yeah, so that is a 3 for... I think it was a 3 for 1 in favor of Marietta when all that was said and done. So that was just a good job of Marietta being able to collapse properly. And we're seeing Syndra taking a lot of damage from Fizz, but the stun's coming out and Fizz is getting poked out. He's going to get away. And we see a gank attempt on the top lane onto Cressman. And he's going to get frozen by Sejuani. And he's already burned his flash, so he's probably not going to get away from this. And Moist will actually use his flash to secure the kill. Alright, so we see... I think... Is Nox soloing the dragon at this point? I think so. Yep. We do see that he was able to secure the dragon by himself, so that is going to be a Mountain Drake for Marietta. I mean, to be fair, I don't think Muskingum was aware that was happening. There wasn't any vision there. They are starting to creep up, but they're going to see that that dragon was taken. Now we see some pings going on in the mid lane. I think it's just saying that we don't know where Syndra is just yet, but we will see Syndra coming back into lane. Yeah, so there's the confirmation ping that, okay, Syndra is back. She's not roaming around. We're seeing a little bit of trading going here in the bot lane. And we see the Braumont actually going out. And Kai'Sa's taking a lot of damage, having to flash away. Misfortune will come out, and the shutdown will go to Kai'Sa. And Braum was able to get a kill into Leona, but Leona gets, or Misfortune gets another kill onto Braum, and that might have just evened out the lead that Larson might have had over Misfortune. We're seeing some pings going on in the red jungle. Looks like... I think Syndra was pinging the red buff. I don't know why Syndra would do that. Although they're getting pinged out. So I think Muskingum is just trying to figure out where is Nox right now so they can know where to push, where they shouldn't be pushing. So right now we're about 9 minutes into the game. Marietta is up by about 1,000 gold. And there's only a 1 kill difference between the two teams. And we're seeing Brimstone engaging onto Syndra. The Ignite goes out, but it's going to have to get away. Yeah, because their jungler did pop the ult. Flash goes out with Leona to get onto Kai'Sa. And Misfortune did the kill onto Kai'Sa, and they're going to be working on trying to get Braum down. And does get the double kill. So right now, Larson and Cowboy are struggling in the bot lane. What I was getting at earlier, Sejuani popped her ult onto Fizz and did get him very low, but he needed to back out there. He did not. He's extremely low. And we see pings going out for the Rift Herald, and since Muskingum is pinged out, it looks like that's what they're going to be eyeing next. And we do see Muskingum starting up the Rift Herald, and I don't think there's a whole lot Marietta can do. Nox may try to intercept, but Leona's there to help Muskingum. So I don't think Nox can do anything by himself unless Cressman starts moving down. Do see Nox moving in, so he may try to get the steal. And it looks like we are going to see a fight here. The Fizz ult misses, and Marietta steals the Rift Herald. Or at least they get the kill, although they are getting Cressman very low, but he does get the kill onto Leona. Next up is Tryndamere. He's going to be popping his ult. But he's going to have to, he's trying to delay his flash, but he's going to get very low, and Larson does get the kill. A great collapse there by Marietta. So they are able to steal the Rift Herald and get a couple of kills, but it's still, I think, a 1-for-1. Oh no, they just got a kill, and they're going to be using the Rift Herald up in the top lane. So that should be enough to get first tower. And there you go. Marietta overall has been doing a pretty good job with their early game, despite some of the struggles that they've had. They got first blood, they got first dragon, first tower, and first Rift Herald. Now it's just a matter of can they keep up that momentum. So we see a little bit of an exchange of vision and trying to secure vision. We see Sejuani coming down. Infernal Drake is up. And it looks like Muskingum will be starting up the Infernal Drake. Marietta has to know this is what's going on. In fact, we see Brimstone and Nox heading over there, but they're not going to get there in time. And so the Infernal Drake will go to Muskingum. And in fact, it may be looking at a possible die, but a lot of things are going out. They've got the Braum ult goes out, and so is the Leona ult. So we are getting a fight. The shutdown gets onto Misfortune. Olaf goes down, but it's a 2-for-1 right now in favor of Marietta, with Leona going down. And Marietta's trying to chase down the rest of Muskingum. But I don't think they're going to catch them. Glasgow gets popped. Well, yeah. And we see that Syndra and Tryndamere want a fight. In fact, Tryndamere does charge in. And he will pop his ult to stay alive for a couple seconds and flash away. And we see Larson trying to flash to get the kill onto Muskingum, but he's going to get poked down, overextended, and giving the shutdown gold to Sejuani. So right now, after all of that, that was a 2-for-2. The only thing I would critique was maybe Larson going in there trying to get the kill on the Tryndamere and overextending. But right now, 13.5 minutes into the game, and Marietta is up by about 1.5k gold. So that's still very even. You see Sejuani trying to get something onto Fizz, and Fizz is able to get away. And we see another tower going down in favor of Muskingum, so that closes the gold gap to about 1,000 gold. We see pings going down the bot lane. We may see a possible skirmish there between the bot lanes. And they do get the jump onto Braum, And the Leona ult will come out, and this will be a free kill for Muskingum. And Muskingum's just invading Marietta's jungle, trying to take everything they can and establish vision. And we see the ult going out onto Sejuani. It takes out a good chunk of her health. But Muskingum will continue to push in the mid lane. And that's going to be another tower down in their favor. And now they're ahead in gold by 100. The Misfortune ult comes out and gets Larson very low, so that's going to take him out of the fight. The Sejuani comes out, but nothing will connect. And we see Misfortune actually took a couple of tower hits. The Brahma goes out, and flashes have to go out to avoid it. At least I think that was flash. Actually, no, there was not any flashes there. So it looks like everyone will reset. But yeah, right now Muskingum is ahead by about 400 gold, which is a very small difference, but if Mary's not careful, that gold lead can be expanded. We do see some pings going out in the bot lane. So Cloud Drake will be up in about 50 seconds, so that may be where we see the next team fight. And we see Syndra and Sandrani trying to poke down Larson. And they do get him down. And we see Sejuani getting pretty low, and Fizz will jump in, but he gets shut down as well. So that's 2 kills for nothing in favor of Muskingum, and that's going to give him the push they need.
Blue team's turret.
And Muskingum will start the Cloud Drake, and with no vision, it's going to be difficult for Marietta to contest it. And we do see a fight going on in the top river. Darius does get the shutdown onto Misfortune. And Leona will have to flash to get away. So that right now is a 1-for-0 kill in favor of Marietta. Several ults were burned in the process. And Marietta will secure the second Rift Herald as a result of that fight. So right now, about 18.5 minutes in, Muskingum is up by about 1,300 gold. So can Marietta utilize the Rift Herald to try to push some towers? Because right now the biggest differences in the gold are the fact that Muskingum has 2 towers over Marietta. We also see that both Syndra and Misfortune have substantial gold leads over Kai'Sa and Fizz. In fact, actually in the mid lane, we're looking at a 60 gold difference. I mean, that's pretty much 2 free kills that Syndra has over Fizz. So Brimstone's going to need to work on trying to get some of his farm up. He's going to try to stay relevant later on. And even Larson's going to have to try to see if he can get his CS up because he's down in kills and gold. So Misfortune right now is the stronger AD carry. And we do see Sejuani trying to get onto Fizz. Actually, there are 4 on Fizz. And he will try to eat away, and the ult comes out. Actually, several ults to get the kill onto him. But that's 2 ults, and there comes the rest of the Pioneers trying to engage onto Muskingum. And we're seeing Nox's ult coming out. Cressman is on a killing spree. He gets 1 down, 2 down for Marietta. And we can see a double kill. So that is a 3 for 1, and they're still chasing down Sejuani. So I think part of that was just that Muskingum burned at least 2 ults to get Fizz down, so they didn't have a whole lot left in the tank when the rest of Marietta jumped on them. So a good reaction there by Marietta to punish Muskingum for that. And now we see the Rift Herald coming out in the bot lane, so they should be able to secure bot tower, and that should make the gold even up again. Right now it's a 300 gold difference. Tower goes down. We're only separated by less than 200 gold. So this is a very close matchup. It looks like Cressman will be teleporting to top lane, trying to defend that tower against Tryndamere. Now we do see some conversion going on into Muskingum's red jungle. I think they're just kind of clear some stuff. Cloud Drake is up in 55 seconds. So we would think that's next point of contention. Marietta already has some vision control there. But it looks like Muskingum is they're gonna do a dive onto Cressman. So he's gonna have to get out of there. And they will get the shutdown and give that to Misfortune. And then take away the tower. And it looks like they're going to continue the push on the top tower, and Marietta's just not doing anything to defend it. So looks like they're going to be trading towers. Now several from Marietta will reset, but Cloud Drake is going to be up in 5 seconds. And Muskingum's eyeing the Baron. They do have vision control over it, but they have started the Baron. The vision comes out, so Marietta's aware of this, and they're starting to jump in. Baron's at about half health. And Marietta will start to engage. The ult comes out for Nox. The Sejuani ult miss, and the Misfortune ult miss. But flashes are going left and right, and everyone's all over the place. Fizz already goes down for Marietta. Misfortune gets a double kill. Although Cressman's able to get a kill onto Muskingum, so it's a 2 for 1 right now. 2 for 2 with Sejuani going down. And we get the ult coming out for Cressman to get another kill. And we're seeing Kaiser trying to get an ult. Syndra is very low. Double kill on by Nox. So that is a 4 for 2 in favor of Marietta. I don't know. Will they start the Baron? Or at least clear the vision? And now they're going to start the Baron. Yeah, most of Muskingum is still down. Tryndamere is the only one that's still up, and he backed. And Marietta will secure the Baron. Everyone has respawned for Marietta, so it's a 5-person Baron. So great awareness by Marietta to know that Muskingum was going for the Baron, and just well executed. And now we see Tryndamere and most of Muskingum beelining for the Cloud Drake. Cowboy's already there, so he can tell them that they are starting up the Cloud Drake. And we see Fizz not too far behind. And Muskingum will pull out the Cloud Drake. They should secure it. But now the question is, can Marietta utilize the Baron buff and try to push minion waves? And we see most of Muskingum converging in the mid lane. So they may try to look for something here. And we're seeing caution pings coming out, so Marietta is still respecting Muskingum's position. But it looks like they're rotating around. Not sure what they're looking for. Maybe they're looking for a potential pick. Or at least trying to gain vision. And they use the blast cone to get away. It looks like they're going to be doing some pings in the mid lane. They're trying to catch Marietta off guard or trying to flank them. And we see the engage onto Fizz. And he will pop the Zanyas. And he'll basically be the sacrificial lamb while the rest of Marietta gets away. So that is a free kill for Muskingum. And we see Trinamir actually teleport up top to clear the minion waves on their top tower. And that's going to give Marietta the push they need because they know that one person out of the fight. In fact, Nox gets down Syndra, and they're in the backline trying to get onto Misfortune. But Misfortune gets a shutdown to Nox, but Darius gets the kill. Another kill goes down, and that's a 4-for-2 in favor of Marietta. And they're trying to poke down Trinamir a bit. So minion waves were clear, so they're just kind of going to wait there. And then probably push the tower once the next minion wave comes by. So they do get another tower. They're still down by 1. But the goal lead has widened up, so Marietta is now up by about 3.2, 3.3k gold. Now they're even up on towers. So Marietta is trying to claim a bit of Muskingum's jungle, but they're going to have to start falling back a little bit and respecting Muskingum. They are looking for Larson and reestablish their own vision. Alright, so things have settled down just a little bit. So at this point, Baron buff has expired and still won't be up for over 2 minutes. Cloud Drake's still got about 1:45. Although we might see a potential team fight here right in the middle. Sejuani is being pinged out. Cressman does have his teleport ready in case there is a team fight that goes on. And we see Sejuani maybe looking for a possible flank. And Nox is having to burn his ult. And Cressman does burn his teleports. We may see an all-in. Bromwall comes out. And Marietta's going straight for the backline and just deletes Misfortune, although Fizz goes down too. Cressman gets the slam dunk onto Leona, and Kaiser gets Syndra down. So that's a 3-for-1, and Marietta's going to go straight for the inhibitor tower in the mid lane. Marietta should secure this tower, and I think they're going to go straight for the inhibitor. I don't think they would go for any more than that with Muskingum coming up in less than 10 seconds, so they will back away. And they may be looking at rotating to the bot lane. That's exactly what they're going to do. And we do see Muskingum trying to contest, and Marietta is going to have to fall back. Although Sejuani is getting a little bit too far ahead, and it's getting poked down already at about half health. The Yoma comes out, does not connect, and we see another fight. Misfortune gets a shutdown onto Nox. And Marietta is having to retreat because everyone's getting poked down pretty hard. Although Kaiser does get the kill onto Sejuani, but Misfortune gets a shutdown onto Darius. And Braum will re-engage a little bit. The Miss Fortune will flash forward and pop her ult. But nothing connects, and Cowboy go down. So that's a 3-for-1 in favor of Muskingum. And they're going to go straight for the Cloud Drake. And I think Fizz tried to pop the ult to disrupt a little bit, but Muskingum will secure their third Cloud Drake. So we're almost 30 minutes into the game. Marietta's up by almost 3,000 gold, but it's still very, very close. I mean, team fights are going back and forth. I think that one was just Marietta was not ready for the engage. They may have overstayed just a little bit. Baron is up, and we do see some vision being established around there. Meanwhile, Tryndamere is kind of split push to bot lane, but Crescent will come at least to clear the minion waves, but Muskingum will secure the tower. And we're seeing pings coming out by Muskingum, so we may be seeing another team fight over by the Baron, and whoever wins this will secure control over it. And Muskingum's going to start it right up. Marietta's just not in position. The Baron's already at half health. Marietta's going to have to make a move, or they're just going to concede Baron to Muskingum. And we see Marietta jumping onto Leona, and she'll pop her ult, but she's getting very tanky. And Muskingum secures the Baron, and Marietta just wasn't aware of it. So ults are going left or right. Tryndamere pops his ult to escape, although Leona goes down. But 3 from Muskingum have already fallen with Syndra and Miss Fortune, with shutdowns going on. Zonya's comes out for, not Zonya, but Hourglass. And that is an ace for Marietta. So they got the Baron, but they all died. So at this point, I think Marietta, are they going to try to finish the game? They may try. I mean, death timers are still like Leona's the closest ones up. So they're going to go straight for the Nexus towers. There's still 10 seconds left. So first tower is down, second tower is now down, and they're going straight for the Nexus. And there you have it. Marietta takes game 1 in this match. All right, let's get a couple things here set up. All right, so with that, yeah, Marietta does take game 1 over that, and I think a lot of it was just they did well in the early game, and they were doing a much better job with rotating around and reacting to what Muskingum was doing whenever plays were being made, and if there was an skirmish that people were just kind of collapsing and following suit. But, all right, going to try to see if we get things set up for game 2. So I'm just kind of waiting here for invites. Probably teams are going to take a couple minutes to go over things, maybe adjustments that they want to make. But yeah, I mean, that was definitely a back and forth fight there. I mean, Marietta won most of those team fights, and some of it was there were missed ults. I did notice from Muskingum's side that they did miss a couple of the Leona ults or the Misfortune ults. But so that may have played a role a little bit. But I think also part of it was Marietta was just slowly getting ahead, and that allowed Marietta to win a couple of the fights. But yeah, I guess I'm kind of delaying here, so I'm still waiting for things to get set up in the lobby. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. While we're waiting for game 2 to set up, we're going to just take a quick break. So don't go away. We'll be back in a few minutes. And as soon as we get the lobby up and running, we will get back to you. So this is probably going to be a very brief break, but I'm just going to wait until they get things set up. So don't go away. We'll be back in a few minutes. All right, welcome back. The lobby is getting set up, so we should be getting game 2 going anytime now. I think Muskingum is just trying to get their LCS order set up, I think. And it looks like there'll be a couple of swaps as well. Yeah, so it looks like Blazelee will be in the top lane. Zerani will be at support. At least that's what it looks like here from the lobby, from what I'm seeing here. I'm going to go and get some audio going, because I think we will be getting into Game 2 Champ Select very soon. Muskingum seems to be on the blue side this time, and Marietta will be on the red side. So we'll see how that affects the Champ Select. I would expect some target bans from Muskingum. I mean, I could see them easily trying to take out the Darius for Crespin. You know, he had a couple of really good plays. They may take out the Kaiser take away the Kaiser for Larson. They'll probably actually take away the. I'm surprised to take away the Olaf, because that one was pretty good. For Marietta side, they may take out the Misfortune, because Maxwell did a really good job with Misfortune. I think just like 1 or 2 missed alts, but overall is doing pretty well in lane. I don't expect the Tryndamere ban, because it doesn't look like Moise is going to be on the roster this time, but you never know. With Blazelee being in the top lane this time, there may be some more targeted bans up there. But yeah, I think you're just doing the ready checks for the lobby, so we should be getting the at least Champ Select for Game 2 any second. Now, both sides have said that they are ready. So in fact, I'm going to go ahead and get the lobby in here. Everyone said they're ready. So, someone press start. There we go. So, Game 2, Marietta College versus Muskingum University. We are in Champion Select. So let's see what gets banned.
Hey, never pick a
We
fight.
do see Sat being banned. I mean, it was banned last time. Still very, very strong top lane champion. Now we'll see if Marietta adjusts any of their bans. They may just keep some of the same bans from before. They're going to take out the Syndra. They apparently did not like it in Game 1, so they are going to take it out this time. And there's the Olaf ban. I saw that one coming. So we'll see. Marietta's still taking out the Malphite, so they still think that could be a huge game player. We see the Kled being banned. One thing I haven't seen banned yet is Jarvan. So I mean, if Marietta does not ban that they may end up giving that up to Muskingum. So we'll see if they ban that out, or if they decide to ban something like Mordekaiser. Actually, they're still going to seat ban the Veigar. They do not want to play against Veigar at all. And we see Muskingum locking in the Jarvan right away. That is one of their favorite junglers. So we'll see how Marietta decides to respond to that, what they want to prioritize. And they go with the Diana. Now, what makes Diana very interesting is that is technically a flex pick. I mean, normally you would see her in the mid lane, but Diana top is a thing. So that is going to make Muskingum think about whether, is that going to be a top Diana? Is that going to be a mid Diana? And even if you look at the OPGGs, you may not necessarily see that they play Diana, but they may still know how to play. And we see the Nautilus coming in. That's probably a support, but we did see mid Nautilus in the League of Legends World Championship last year. And Leona gets picked in, and the Rumble All right, so they're gonna go with Rumble top. So we'll see what Marietta decides to do here. Do they lock in their jungler? Do they try to prio pick their bot lane? Because if they pick their top or their mid, that's gonna give away exactly where Diana's gonna go. Instead, they go with the jungler with Rek'Sai. So once again, Marietta's playing the mind games about where is Diana gonna go, where is Nautilus gonna go. I mean, okay, to be safe, Nautilus is probably gonna be support, but they still don't know where it's gonna be. And they decided to take out Misfortune. So I guess they're saying they just don't want to deal with it because Muskingum still has to lock in their mid and ADCs. So they're just gonna say, nope, no Misfortune. And we see the Mordekaiser being banned. He's also a very strong top lane champion. It is something that Cressman has played a good amount. In fact, just like in game one, we're seeing a lot of bans in that top lane. In fact, 3 of Muskingum's bans have been that top lane. And we're seeing the Orianna being banned, so that will not be played. So we'll see what Muskingum's last ban is going to be. And looks like the clock was at 0. I wonder if that was not the intended ban, but sure enough, that is the. I have a feeling they ran out of time there. And we're seeing Marietta go ahead and pick the Kai'Sa, and Muskingum immediately locks in Lucian. So now we'll see what the last pick is for Muskingum. And they're gonna go with the So wait. Alawi is usually up top, so is that gonna be a Rumble mid? That is interesting. Because usually Alawi or Rumble are like top champions, but one of them's going to go. I mean, it could be Alawi mid too. And we're going to see Cressman going with the Camille, so that is a Diana mid. Yeah, it looks like we're going to see a Rumble mid. That is interesting. How would that matchup go? I mean, I guess that makes sense because. Like if Diana throws the Q in and then leaps in, then Rumble can use like the flamethrower and other stuff that gets him damage. So I can see that being a counter. I guess I just haven't seen Rumble mid before, but then again, I've seen Stranger Things. I mean, I've seen Mundo support. I may or not have played that myself. I might have actually created that. All right, so we are now just kind of waiting. We're just kind of waiting for the spectator delay to go. So we got about a little less than 3 minutes to kill. So a couple of reminders of things that are going on. I mentioned this in game 1, but I'll go ahead and mention it again for those of you who have joined in. So we have a couple events going on. So this coming Friday is Marietta College's annual day of giving. So if you have an opportunity to make a gift to Marietta College, it'd be much appreciated. It can go towards academic programs, athletic programs, extracurricular activities. You can give it to the general fund that will be used to help with covering facilities and scholarships for our students. You can designate to faculty to help with their research and professional development. You can also designate it towards any athletic teams. You can even, if you wanted to, designate it to the esports program. So any gift would be much appreciated. So you can just go to marietta.edu/give and be sure to do that on February 14th on Valentine's Day. So while you are thinking about doing something with that special someone, also think about Marietta College that day as well. Also, as we mentioned, we are partnering with Versus Cancer, which is a nonprofit organization that helps to try to support research in pediatric brain tumors. I tried to combine the two words there. As I'm sure you know, it is a very serious thing. No child should ever have to endure cancer of any shape or form. So we have been campaigning for the past several weeks to see if we can raise funds for this cause. Thanks to your support, we have already raised over $300 for pediatric brain tumor research. So that is much appreciated. And we will continue to do this for at least a few more weeks. We are working on trying to have a culminating event where we can celebrate what we've raised, and also trying to see if we can get another push and get more people to donate. I may or may not come up with an interesting challenge for donations on that day, but more details to come with that. But anyway, if you want to help with that, you can go to bit.ly/MC versus cancer. Several of our players have created profiles. You can click on them and donate on their behalf, or you can just donate. That's totally up to you. 50% of the proceeds will go towards the cancer research, and the other 50% will go towards the Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, Ohio. So if you can take some time to donate a couple bucks, we would greatly appreciate that. All right, we got about 5 more seconds left into the delay. So since I have a few more seconds, we'll throw in some more shameless plugs. Actually, none of those were shameless plugs. Now I'm going to throw in shameless plugs. If you want to find out more about what's going on with Marietta College Esports, please be sure to follow us on social media. So you can go to Twitter at Marietta Esports. You can go to Facebook, facebook.com/Marietta College Esports. You can go to our YouTube channel, bit.ly/Marietta College Esports. All of our matches that we broadcast on Twitch will be uploaded to our YouTube channel. It does show up 1 week after the broadcast. So for example, this match you're watching right now will be up next Sunday at 1 o'clock. And if you can't wait that long and you need to watch this right away, well, you can always subscribe to our Twitch channel. So for that $5, that will allow you to have access to our emotes and VODs. And if you don't have $5, you have Twitch Prime, you can use that. And if you don't have Twitch Prime, but you have Amazon Prime, create a Twitch account and link it to Amazon Prime. Okay, I got the everything here set with the UI, so let's get Game 2 underway. Marietta College versus Muskingum University, Game 2. Marietta is on the red side, and Muskingum's on the blue side. And we do see some pings going out in the bot area. I think Muskingum was anticipating a possible invade, and they're going to try to invade themselves, or at least get some vision down to see if they spot out the invade. But Marietta is just going to go, no, we're not going to invade this time. So we're going to see a standard 5-point from Marietta. And some more pings are coming out from Marietta. They may be suspecting a possible invade in that particular brush. I don't know what you call that brush. Yeah, it looks like we're going to see a standard start. Muskingum will start with their red buff. Marietta will start with their blue buff.
Call me the Mighty Rumble. Maybe you've heard of it.
Alright, we're already seeing a little bit of an exchange going here in the mid lane. So I think actually that's going to be the main matchup here. It's just how does Brimstone handle it? And we already see an engage onto Cowboy, and we see a couple flashes as a result. And even Jarvan's just kind of hanging around looking for that early gank, and I don't think they're going to see this, and they're going to have to back away. So Muskingum tried to get the early gank, and it was just kind of a trade for flashes. And even Leona burned her ignite to see if they can get a kill onto Cowboy. Now Cressman's going to have to deal with the those tentacles from Alawi, so that will also be an interesting matchup there if he can handle it, because Alawi is really good at harassing people in lane. We're already 3 minutes in the game, and it's pretty even at this point. And we do see a slight CS lead in the bot lane, but not by much. We see Diana getting a little bit of a couple trades going on here. Actually, in the mid lane, the Ignite goes out for Rumble, and it's going to get Diana low. But I don't think the Ignite ticks are going to be enough, but that may force Diana to back away. And we do see some vision awareness going on. In fact, Muskingum's playing very aggressive, like stealing Noxus Raptors. Oh, come on. We see Nox going there going like, no, you can't take that away from me. So we see a couple things going to mid lane. They must be, they spot out where Jarvan is. So Larson and Cowboy have to be aware of it. In fact, we do see Rek'Sai kind of heading over there. At least trying to intercept and say, no, you're not going to get a gank on us. In fact, we see Larson getting in onto Jarvan, or at least trying to get the Scuttle Crab. And they even get a little bit of vision in Muskingum's jungle in the process. And we're seeing a lot of group amp going here in the bot lane. I think that was a Jarvan ping. They may be looking for a gank intent, but Larson's going to back away. Actually, both Larson and Cowboy will be backing away. So they may be suspecting that this would be a good time to reset. But to be fair, they do have quite a bit of vision in the bot lane, at least along the river. So if this game were to try to rotate down, Marietta will be prepared for it. See a little bit of trade going on here in the top lane. But not a whole lot. Yeah, so we're now 6 minutes in the game, and Muskingum just has a very slight lead, like 100 gold. And that just comes out to CS differences. We see that actually in top and mid lanes, the Muskingum has a bit of a lead. Alawi is just able to really harass Cressman from a CS perspective. So he's going to be engaging in. And actually pops the ult. And Muskingum has to flash away, but first blood will go to Muskingum. But Nox is right there to get the counter kill. So it is a 1-for-1, but the first blood gold bonus will go to Muskingum. And we are seeing some pings going on around the river. And because they know that Nox is up there, that's giving them the cue to go for the dragon, which is a mountain drake, and they should be able to get this without any issue because they were able to secure vision down there. And Rumble actually burned his ult in the meantime and finished off Brimstone. Now we see Jarvan just kind of hanging out there. They may be looking at another possible gank attempt. So they're going to try to take this momentum and just steamroll it. And Marietta doesn't know that Jarvan's there. Leona tried to get the engage and didn't quite connect. If that would have connected, Jarvan would have definitely gone in. So, thank goodness that whiffed. So with the extra kills, Muskingum is now up by looks like about 1,200, 1,300 gold-ish. But still early on, but Marietta's going to have to look for the right kills. Got to watch the 1v1s because basically in the top and mid lane, Rumble and Alawi can 1v1 and win those fights because they are ahead on CS and kills. So Marietta will have to respect that. We see pinks going out. Rumble has been spotted, and we may see Nox coming in. He's going to go straight in for it. The Rumble all comes out and gets Brimstone very low. And we're seeing the engage onto Leona as well. So Larson's going to try to get a kill. Cowboy ends up falling though, with double ignite going out. And Lucian's going to get a lot of damage onto Kai'Sa, but does back away from the ult, forces Lucian to flash, and does get the kill. Now, is he going to try to go after Leona? He's still hanging around there. Pinks are going out in the mid lane. So here comes Jarvan trying to steal Nox's Raptors again. I don't know what is about the Raptors. But Nox is coming back saying, no, my Raptors. Alright, so things have settled down just a little bit. But all said and done, it's basically even trades around. So there's a 1-for-1 in the bot lane. But the issue that Mayor's got to keep careful with is the fact that Brimstone is behind on CS, and he's actually getting poked down and will end up falling. Meanwhile, Nox and Cressman are trying to get onto Alawi, and Alawi actually gets the kill onto Cressman and may get a kill onto Nox as well. So Alawi does get a double kill. Cataclysm comes out onto Cowboy. He's getting caught out. And has to use his ult just to disengage. But Larson will get the kill onto Jarvan. But Cowboy will fall. So that's a 3-for-1 in favor of Muskingum. And right now, like, Alawi's getting too strong, and Rumble's at almost 30 CS ahead over Diana. So they're going to be huge playmakers down the road. And we can't underestimate the fact that Lucian has 2-1-0 right now. Although CS is pretty even there. So actually, if we look at the gold differences, bot lane pretty even for the most part. But if you look at the other lanes, I mean, Rumble is substantially ahead over Diana, and Alawi over Cressman or Camille. It's pretty substantial, so they're going to have to play smart if they're going to try to get the jump onto Rumble or Alawi. And we see Marietta getting the shutdown onto Lucian, so great roam there by Brimstone to give Larson a chance to push a little bit. And actually that shutdown goal may be exactly what Brimstone needs to try to get back into the game. Meanwhile, it looks like Nox will be going for... Okay, we see the engage going onto Jarvan. And actually the Cataclysm and the Rumble ult will come out, and Brimstone is going to fall. Meanwhile, Nox does secure the Rift Herald. So it's just a matter of where he's going to put that down to try to help push one of the lanes. Meanwhile, Cressman is still getting harassed in the top lane. I mean, he should not be trying to engage his Alawi. It's a 3-1-0. And we see some pinks going on here, and they engage onto Rumble, forcing the flash. But here comes Leona and Lucian, and they're getting a bunch of damage onto Nox, and he ends up going down. So meanwhile, Muskingum will set up the Infernal Dragon, and they are probably going to start this up. Marietta is not far behind, but they have Nox down, so it's going to be hard to contest this. Although Rumble's been poked down to less than half health. But meanwhile, Jarvan is just able to solo the dragon and give that to Muskingum. So with that, Muskingum has secured the first 2 dragons, and now we see the ocean map coming out. So right now, Muskingum is ahead by almost 4,000 gold. And we're going to see possibly another gauge onto Cowboy. And he's going to go down, but here comes Nox to try to see if they can get something. But Larson's just out of range and not able to help with that. So Muskingum's going to try to trap Nox. But he will go through his jungle to get away. Or at least they're going to try to chase him down and actually get the flash onto Nox. And he's already burned his, but he will burrow away. But now that's going to give him a chance to try to steal the blue buff. But you see more pings now. Here goes Diana. And Kai'Sa does end up going down. 2 are down for Marietta. And now they're going to be chasing down Brimstone. So, I mean, this looks like Marietta has given up too much in the early game. And maybe underestimating the players, but basically Muskingum has complete control of the game right now. 14.5 minutes in, they're up by over 5,000 gold, actually over 6,000 gold. So a very strong performance by Muskingum. So the Equalizer coming out and trying to get onto Brimstone. But why is he engaging when he's that low in health? Alright, you know, I'll kind of give that to him. Kind of. If he had died before getting the shutdown, not getting shut down at all, then I would say that was really dumb. But he got the kill, so okay. But yeah, the issue that Mary has to be careful with is they have a 3-1-0 Lowy, a 4-1-1 Rumble, and they're both ridiculously ahead on CS. And we see the Rift Herald coming out for Marietta in the mid tower, trying to see. Nox is going to try to see if he gets this down before Muskingum can defend it. And we see Jarvan coming in. Nox should be able to get it, but at what cost? Oh, no, he burrows away just in time. But Lucian is going to chase after him, and his ult is up. So yeah, that tower's just barely hanging on. And Leona's going to catch Larson with the Cataclysm, but Larson will... I thought he was going to get away there for a second. And Nox is going to try to get the engage onto Lucian, gets the shutdown, but ends up falling in the process. And Marietta's going to try to get a couple kills in the process, so now it's a 2-for-2, but Brimstone ends up falling. So it is a 3-for-2 in favor of Muskingum, with Rumble getting the double kill. We're seeing Cowboy trying to engage a little bit onto Rumble. So at this point, Ocean Drake's going to be up in about 50 seconds, but we already see Alawi contesting one of the inhibitor towers for Marietta, and they have to respond to this, otherwise they're going to be giving up that tower. But at the same time, Muskingum is also putting pressure in the mid outer tower. The equalizer comes out and gets a good amount of damage onto Marietta, and actually the ticks is enough to finish off Larson.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
So Muskingum has been put on a commanding lead. They're already putting pressure on 2 inhibitor towers, and this may be a game that ends pretty early. So we're seeing the team fight coming out. Ult's going left and right. Rumble's putting all of his damage up with splash damage. And 2 for Marion has already gone down. Actually, no, 2 for Muskingum. I'm sorry, I'll take that back. So that's a 3 for 1 in Marietta's favor. So they were able to get a jump on the Muskingum. Brimstone ends up falling, but they're able to get 3 from Muskingum down. Meanwhile, Jarvan is able to solo the Ocean Drake, and Alawi is just still in the top lane putting pressure onto this inhibitor tower. So that does give Marion a little bit of shutdown goal, but they are still so behind. Because we're talking about, looks like, I can't do math right now. It's like about a little under 9,000 gold lead, it looks like. Yeah, maybe more like 8,000. It looks like an 8,000 gold difference at 19 minutes into the game, which is a very substantial lead. Looks like Muskingum will be starting up the second Rift Herald. And Marietta is hovering around there, but here comes Lucian. Gonna try to get something, and Marietta's gonna try to catch it, but Rumble is there to take out Nox. And that's gonna give Muskingum the green light to engage onto Marietta. And Cowboy's trying to engage on Lucian, but he's gonna get popped. I don't know why you would engage on that when no one else is in position. The Cataclysm is going to be coming out for Muskingum, and that's going to take out Diana. So 3 for Marietta already down, and that should be enough of a push to take out the inhibitor tower and the inhibitor. So we see Marietta trying to re-engage, but Cressman's going to end up falling. They do get the Jarvan down, so right now it's a 1 for 1. But Rumble's going to go right onto the engage. Ends up getting Kaiser down for a double kill, and 4 for Marietta is already down. So that's probably going to be enough to finish the game here, because they were able to get the unofficial ace, because Diana technically respawned. Oh, it did say it was an ace. So with most of Marietta down, the only ones left up is Brimstone. Muskingum's already taken down 1 Nexus Tower, and they're going to get the jump onto Brimstone, and that's just pretty much going to be the game right here. All they have to do left is just take out the Nexus. And there you have it. So Muskingum ties up the series 1-1. So that does mean we are going to go to a game 3. So I think a lot of that just came down to the fact that Alawi and Rumble were able to get ahead early on, and they punished Marietta for that. So they're going to have to either respect those picks, and even when Alawi and Rumble got ahead, they didn't respect them because they kept trying to 1v1 and they were losing those fights. So they were going to, and even the 2v1 on Alawi did not work. So if you're getting 2v1 with an Alawi, then you'd have to put more onto it if you want to shut him down. And meanwhile, Muskingum did a good job of trying to put down Larson as well. Recognizing how strong he was in game 1, they kept disrupting him and keeping him out of the game. So since he wasn't able to play, that gave Muskingum a chance to pretty much end the game in just shortly over 20 minutes. All right, so we will be going to game 3. and we'll probably get things set up in the lobby in a little bit. So while we are waiting for that, we're going to take a step away. We'll take a small break. And once we start getting the lobby set up, we'll get things going. So we got some more League of Legends here for you. So don't go away. We'll be back in a few minutes. All right, welcome back. The lobby is getting set up, so we should be getting game 3 underway. Looks like we're already getting started. So Muskingum has chosen blue side again. They're already banning Olaf. Marietta will be on the red side. Rosters are the same from game 2, so we're not going to see any adjustments there. But now we're going to see what Marietta decides to ban out. If they're going to do anything with the Alawi or the Rumble, because those were problematic in Game 1, or Game 2, sorry. We do see the Alawi being banned. So we'll see what Muskingum does in response. They're going to still take out the Kled. And they do ban out the Rumble, so they take out both Alawi and Rumble. And what's going to be interesting about this is going to open up some of the other champions that Muskingum wanted to play, but were banned out before, so they were able to. So they brought out the Alawi and Rumble instead. So it'll be interesting to see what other champions that Marietta did not want to play before, they are now going to get some playing time. So possibly see Jarvan again. We may see Mordekaiser. We're not going to see Set because he was just banned. But like for example. And Marietta still does not like the Vigar. So that's going to give Muskingum some options. Do they want the Mordekaiser? Do they want the Jarvan first? Do they want the Misfortune? And they are going to lock in the Jarvan. They did like that in Game 2. So they're going to keep it for Game 3. Now, will Marietta try to like probably pick Mordekaiser, for example? But no, it looks like we may be looking at a Nocturne for jungle. At least that's what they're hovering, and they do lock in the Nocturne. So now it's a matter of what will Marietta take next. Will they take Nautilus again for support? Will they take the Leona? It looks like they're going to take Leona away from Muskingum. So we might see Marietta take a shot at Leona Misfortune, but to be fair, Leona is pretty good for a lot of the champions. Leona Jinx good, Leona Lucian. So now we'll see what Marietta decides to do. It looks like not Marietta, but Muskingum. Looks like they're going to take Nautilus instead, and they're going to go with Misfortune. So that went pretty well for them. Somewhat in Game 1, Misfortune was not banning this time around, so they will take that. So Larson may decide to go with the Kai'Sa. I have a feeling that if he doesn't take it, then Muskingum will try to ban it out. At least forcing him to play a different champion. But instead he's going to go with Zayad into Misfortune. That's actually a pretty smart pick, because with her ult, if she ults during Misfortune's ult, being untargetable means it kind of cancels out, or at least avoids the Misfortune ult. So interesting there. And it looks like Marietta decided to ban the Diana. So they weren't planning on playing it, but they don't want to play against it. So we'll see what Muskingum decides to do next. They may try to do some more focusing on the top lane like they did the last couple of games. So there have been a lot of bans in the top lane. But they ban out Yasuo. Interesting. Marietta's still going to take out the Malphite. They do not want to see that. They just did not like it. Malphite and Vagar have been banned all 3 games by Marietta. Now we'll see what Muskingum's last ban is.
I do not tolerate.
And they do not want to see Crespin on Darius. Alright, so we'll see what Marietta decides to go with next. I mean, it's going to be a blind pick either way, so whatever they're going to pick, they're going to have to be prepared for it to be countered. So do they open that up to Crespin? Do they open it up to Brimstone? It looks like they're going to let Brimstone take the Orianna. Very safe pick. Wait, Kate. If they lock in the Caitlyn, then that's a mid Misfortune. No, they're gonna go with Katarina instead. Oh no, so Katarina is very cancerous. So Marietta's got to play very carefully, make sure they do shut her down. And we do see the Ornn coming out for the top lane. So we'll see what Crespin decides to go with to counter the Ornn. looks like we'll see the Shen up there. So this is actually quite interesting. So Marietta has a really good mobile comp, a lot of global presence, because you have the Nocturne ult, you have the Shen ult that can go to different places all over the map. So I think it's a good composition overall. Meanwhile, we see a really scary team fight comp from Muskingum. In fact, if you get, oh my goodness, if you get all of Marietta grouped up in one spot, you do the Cataclysm from Jarvan, you do the Ornn to knock them all up, followed by Katarina and Misfortune's ults. That's going to just take out everyone. This, oh my goodness. So this is basically a global presence comp versus an all-out group up team destruction comp. So we'll see who's able to execute their game plan better. Meanwhile, we are going to have to wait a couple of minutes. So we mentioned this a couple of times during the spectator delay, but just as a reminder for those of you who are still watching, thank you so much for watching Marietta College Esports. It is 1-1 right now, so whoever wins this game will take the series. So next Saturday, Marietta will be playing against Mount Vernon Nazarene University. Rocket League will be at 9 a.m. on Saturday, and Overwatch will be at 11 a.m. on Saturday. League of Legends, we're still finalizing that, and we're also we still have our CLOL match at 4 o'clock on Saturday. We just don't know who our opponent is yet. So for all the latest updates on schedule, opponents, and so forth, please be sure to follow us on social media. So you can go to twitch.tv. Well, you're already at twitch.tv/Marietta College. But if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can go to at Marietta Esports, all one word. On Facebook, you can go to facebook.com/Marietta College Esports. You can go on our YouTube channel, bit.ly/Marietta College Esports, to watch all of our previous matches. So those are available to you for free. As far as things that are going on with the college, as a few reminders, next, this coming Friday is our annual day of giving. So, you have a chance to donate, to give towards the college, whether it's through their scholarships or students, faculty, staff, academic programs, athletic programs. You can even designate your gift to the esports program. Your gifts would be much appreciated. We would definitely love to have your support. And if you know any of alumni, please make sure they're aware that this is coming up. And we really want to try to see if we can get a big push to help Marietta College move forward. Also, the college's or esports program has partnered with Versus Cancer to support research in pediatric brain tumors. So if you're able to donate towards that, we much appreciate it. The amount doesn't matter, even if it's just $1. Every bit goes a long way. Half the proceeds will go towards the cancer research. The other half the proceeds will go to Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, Ohio. So please, if you have a chance, help us with being able to support that cause. To donate, you can go to bit.ly/MC versus cancer, and then you can donate any amount. But we would really appreciate it if you can help. We've already raised over $300 for this, and we want to see if we can go even higher. And we cannot do that without your help. All right, so spectator delay is just about done. So then it's just going to be a matter of waiting for everything to load. So I'm going to try to get all that set up here. So we're just waiting for everything to load. And once we get that, I'll get the UI going, and we will get Game 3 underway. So we're just going to wait a few more seconds. All right, here we go. So Game 3 of Marietta College versus Muskingum University. Winner takes all. So if you think Marietta can take this, let's see that hype in the chat. If you think Muskingum is going to squeak out the win. Well, I'm sorry, I'm biased. Just don't say anything.
The Summoner's Rift.
And we see Muskingum actually going for the early invade themselves. We're going to see if they can spot out an early kill. And they're going to be trying to get the engage onto Leona and actually trade a flash for flash. So Leona was able to get away from that. And it's looking like they're going to try to put down some vision. So things are coming out. Jarvan's actually getting some vision onto Marietta's side. And Marietta is not responding. That's what surprises me more than anything. It's just the fact that when you have that invade, you should be able to go do a counter invade. At least get some vision on Muskingum's side of the jungle. And Marietta chose not to do that. Actually, no. I lied. They put vision in their own jungle. So they were seeing the Jarvan coming out. So they were putting vision so they could... Well, actually, no. There is one ward there that Jarvan was able to get. But no, Marietta should have been able to at least get some vision in Muskingum's blue side jungle, but for some reason they chose not to do that. We do see some things coming out. They may be looking to... Oh, they're going to look for that early gank in the bot lane, or at least try to zone out Larson and Cowboy. So good call there by there to kind of go around to avoid that. And we see Muskingum is hungry for early kills to try to get that early lead like they did in game 2. We see even Jarvan trying to get an engage onto Orianna, but Brimstone will just throw the ball and get a little poke on him. And we're seeing Orin, what's an Orin? I don't know what an Orin is. Orin getting some good damage onto Cressman. So he'll have to pop a potion to stay in. And we're seeing Katarina trying to take an early lead over Brimstone. But Katarina's already in half health, but can definitely do some burst damage onto Orianna, and the ball comes out. And actually, Katarina's gonna have to pop something. But once again, we see Jarvan trying to take Raptors, trying to... oh, Nocturne already took the Raptors. We're seeing Katarina having to reset a little low on health. Brimstone will stick around, but does spot out the Jarvan. We're seeing a bit of a skirmish here going on into the bot lane. And Misfortune's getting a little bit low. Ignite comes out. But will not be enough to finish her off. Did not have to burn the heal. And we're seeing Jarvan possibly trying to get something onto Brimstone. That will force him to reset. And we're seeing some damage going out again onto Misfortune. Pings are going out. Jarvan may be heading down there. And trades going on the top lane as well. There's just trades going left and right all over the place, but no one is yet to die. Nox spots out the Jarvan and is warning Larson about it, and the gauge goes on to Larson, and he's going to have to... Oh, I thought he was going to flash away, but he's not going to flash away. But Jarvan does get caught, and here comes Nocturne as well. So we're going to see the engage onto Larson. Teleport comes out for Shen, but Jarvan will get the first blood. Actually, no, that's an Orianna teleport, not Shen. And Orianna is able to get the kill, so it's a 1-for-1, and they're going to try to engage back onto it. But they're poking down Nox pretty hard, and they get another kill. And they're not done yet. So that's a 2-for-1 in favor of Muskingum. So 5.5 minutes in the game, we're already seeing 1,000 gold difference. And Brimstone's very low in health and actually gets finished off by Misfortune. I mean, he was just low in health and did not retreat. So Clouddrake is still up, but we don't see any engage going on there. You see Nox kind of heading down there. He's getting pinged out, and Jarvan and Nautilus maybe going to try to trap them. That's going to force him to retreat into his jungle. And we may be looking at a possible team fight here. And Katarina's just kind of hanging around in the brush, but maybe waiting for Brimstone to start up something. And we see a bit of fight going on between Jarvan and Nocturne. But he's going to get poked down really hard. But Marietta was there to retaliate, and they do get Jarvan down. And the Ignite goes out into Katarina, but she should get away. The Ignite hits will not be enough to finish her off. So that may give Marietta a chance to start the dragon. And that's exactly what they'll do. Although Misfortune and Nautilus are still hanging around there. They may be looking to try to get a steal. And Misfortune will pop her ult, but Marietta still secures the dragon. So a good attempt there by Muskingum to take the dragon, but it just was not enough. But whew, that was a little scary. So Muskingum still has about a 1.2k gold lead 8 minutes into the game. And the kills are even, so the difference is in CS. I mean, we see Ornn has pretty much a 30 CS lead, almost a 30 CS lead over Cressman. We see Katarina's up by almost 20 CS. I mean, that's where we're seeing the differences. I mean, enough of a CS difference there, and it's as if they have extra kills. You see, we're going to try to get a little bit of damage onto Katarina, but it's still engaged. And pings are coming out. They may be looking at a potential dive onto Orianna. And we are seeing the ult coming out and has it flash away, and Jarvan will pop the Cataclysm. The darkness comes out and actually engages onto Misfortune, but doesn't quite get a kill. And Jarvan actually got executed in that process. And we do see the fight going on to Misfortune. It does go down, but so does Nox. Tonight Marietta will try to get some damage onto Nautilus and to see if they can finish him off. He's getting very low. Should be able to get him. And Larson does get the double kill. So that is going to allow Larson to get back into the game. And Misfortune did get some an early kill. And so that should even up things between the two 80 carries. But it's still going to be about a 1,300 gold difference. It was actually unfortunate that Jarvan got the was executed instead of Brimstone getting the kill. We see pings coming out. Jarvan may be looking to get another gank attempt. Marietta doesn't have any vision, so they're going to get caught by this. And Cowboy will get away, and Larson is having to flash. And Jarvan actually has to pop his flash to get away from Larson. And Shen's starting to get some damage onto Ornn as well, so he may be starting to get a little bit of a head. And he's going to pop his flash. Darkness comes out and is going to get the jump onto Ornn. So Crespin was dangerously low. Look how much health does he have? He has like 50 health. So great move there by Nox to get the Darkness out and finish him off before Crespin goes down. And now we're seeing a dive onto Larson. The Leona ult comes into Misfortune, and the stopwatch for Nautilus. And that's just a great play around there to stun most of Muskingum. And Larson is also extremely low in health. I mean, how much health? Less than 50 health. And they're able to get the kill on Nautilus. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call a big brain play. Okay, yeah, there was 2 clutch kills there that Marietta was able to secure. That could have easily gone the other way around. The great Leona ult there by Cowboy to prevent Misfortune from doing damage and be able to get the tower hits onto Nautilus. So now we see a bit of a skirmish going on between the top laners. Meanwhile, Jarvan's going to be working on Rift Herald and does secure it. There's some things going on in the bot river. Oh, Infernal Drake is up in 23 seconds. So I think we will see a possible fight there. We already see Nautilus in position. We see Orianna coming down. We see mostly everyone from Marietta coming down. The top laners are still up top. And Ornn's already burned his teleport, but meanwhile, Crespin still has his ult and teleport. So if there is a team fight in the bot lane or by the dragon, Crespin can jump in anytime. And we're starting to see the Darkness does come down. They're going to go Drake, onto Nautilus, and he does go down. Leona Stone comes out onto Misfortune. Meanwhile, the Katarina ult comes out, gets stunned in the process. So the ult gets shut down, although Cowboy is going to fall. Cataclysm comes out, trying to get damage onto Larson, and that is a couple more kills for Marietta. Meanwhile, the shutdown kill goes in. Crespin comes down with his ult, but he's going to end up falling as well. So that was a 4-for-1 in favor of Muskingum. And they will summon the Rift Herald to put pressure onto the tower. And that's going to give turret plates to Ornn as well. We see Orianna trying to defend a little bit. Muskingum will secure the Infernal Drake. There's not much Marietta can do about this. And that is going to give a chance to widen the lead. So now they're up by about 2.5k gold. We see the flash coming out, teleport, and the assassination, and they just completely just stomp all over Misfortune and then get the kill onto the support as well. So Marietta was able to at least secure 2 kills back. They did burn teleport and the Nocturne ult to get that. But now this should give him a chance to at least put some pressure onto that bot tower, maybe even try to get it down with the next wave push. And actually, that's going to give Marietta the first turret. I forgot that the Rift Herald did not finish the bot tower. So that does give Marietta a little bit of gold back. And now the gold lead has diminished to about 1.2k. So Marietta is not out of this just yet. But we do have a 3-2-4 Jarvan, a 2-0-4 Misfortune. And we see that Orianna has to burn her flash to get away and is dangerously low on health. So Muskingum's trying to chase him down, but Nocturne is going to be there to try to defend. But he's going to get locked up and ends up falling himself. Meanwhile, Marietta's going to get onto Jarvan and gets the shutdown. The shutdown actually goes to Larson, so it is a 1-for-1 trade. And once again, top laners are just kind of doing their own thing. Actually, they're getting, both of them are at least less than half health. And we see a lot of pings in the mid lane. We see Marietta trying to push a little bit in the mid tower, but they're going to have to leave soon. They have some vision, so they can spot out the Nautilus. At least they know that there's some vision there. So Marietta will fall back, but Katarina may try to do something. Meanwhile, Misfortune was able to secure the bot lane tower. And they're going to look to try to get a collapse onto Marietta. The Nautilus will pull out the ult. Leon ult will come in. And the rest of Muskingum follows suit. Meanwhile, Nocturne comes straight in. Cataclysm ult comes down. And 2 for Muskingum are down, but Nox goes down. So it's a 2-for-2. Katarina with a double kill using... So the Misfortune ult comes out, but Larson is able to get away from most of it, but does get a kill spree onto Misfortune. So it's a 3-for-2, and they're going to continue to chase down Katarina. And these things happen so fast that I just cannot call them out. I don't know how these professional esports casters do it. And it's just like, and the Cataclysm, and then this, and that, and this, and assassination, and this left and right. It's just like, yeah, I can't keep up. But okay, so with all that said, with a 3-for-2, that does close down the gold gap. So now it's about 1,000 gold difference between the two teams. And Larson is at 6-2 and 8 now, so that is going to give him a chance to try to complete some items. At least he does have one complete item. You see that exchange going top lane again between Shen and Ornn. Ornn's getting actually a little low. And Shen's going to try to get onto him. And flashes are being burned. Ornn is extremely low, but is going to get away. And we see Mountain Drake's going to be up in about 53 seconds. So we see Muskingum trying to set up vision for that. So I think we're going to be seeing a team fight soon. But yeah, in fact, actually Nautilus is already under half health, so he could be the prime target for the next engage. We see Muskingum trying to control the river vision, and Nautilus will back away. But the rest of Marietta is starting to converge and clear their own, Muskingum's vision, establish their own. Pings are going out. Muskingum knows exactly where Marietta is. Although Larson seems to be moving over to mid lane. At least get a little bit of CS while this is going on. Yeah, it's just playing the vision game right now. Mountain Drake is now up. The Ornn ult comes out to be looking for an engage. Does get Brimstone. And Cataclysm will go out onto Brimstone. Darkness will come out. Jarvan goes down. The Orianna ult catches Ornn. The Katarina ult gets out, but gets stunned in the process. So it's right off. Misfortune's ult comes out and actually gets a triple kill. Actually, that's a pentakill for Misfortune and Muskingum. So that was a disaster for Marietta. It started great, but they weren't able to shut down the Misfortune. And that's going to give them the Drake and maybe even more. So Marietta did alright shutting down the Katarina, but they completely forgot about the Misfortune, and Maxwell's just completely punished Marietta in that team fight. And now you have a 9-5-6 Misfortune with almost 10,000 gold. And speaking of gold, 20 minutes in the game, that does widen the gold gap. So Muskingum is up by pretty little under 3,200 gold because of that team fight and the dragon. And we see Jarvan coming up top lane, maybe looking to try to get a dive onto Shen. So he's going to have to get back to his tower, but that might not be enough. Although Nocturne comes in there to try to help with it, the Ornat will come out. Actually, it's the knockup, and they get both kills. And Katarina was following suit as well. So 2 are already down for Marietta, and they need to retreat because they're not going to be able to win this team fight if they try to engage. And we see Larson getting caught, so he's going to fall. And that's 3 for nothing in favor of Muskingum. And they're going to go straight onto the Baron. And then there's nothing Marietta can do about that one. Katarina will pop her ult and get Brimstone low and will actually finish him off. So now we're looking at over 7,000 gold lead for Muskingum. So Marietta's going to have to play very smart if they're going to have any chance of coming back in this game. The Muskingum will continue their push in the mid lane, and they should be able to secure this inhibitor tower. And Katarina will pop the ult and actually gets stunned. Nocturne ult comes in the backline, gets a shutdown onto Katarina, but he's going to pop his stopwatch. But Leona's already down for Marietta, and so is Nox. So this might be enough to finish the game with 3 for Marietta already down.
Team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
And we see the Ornn ult coming in to get the knockup onto Larson. And Cressman's the only one standing, but he's gonna retreat to the fountain. That's 1 Nexus tower down. And 2 Nexus towers down. Marietta's gonna try to defend this. And they do get the shutdown onto Misfortune, so it's possible Muskingum may have overstayed their welcome. They're trying to chase down Ornn, who's extremely low on health. And they do eventually get the shutdown. Took a little while, but they eventually got it. So Marietta's gonna have to be very careful now. The Nexus is completely exposed. And Katarina was able to get the kill onto Brimstone, but another team fight might be enough to finish the tower. And with that said, Katarina was able to get 2 kills, but does end up falling to Larson. Mountain Drake will be up in about 20 seconds, so we would expect Muskingum to go for that. And about 24.5 minutes in, Muskingum is up by almost pretty much 7,000 gold, maybe just shy of it. So Marietta's going to have to find the right picks if they're going to get back into this game. Meanwhile, 1 team fight loss, and they'll be able to go finish up the Nexus. Finish up the Nexus, and we see Muskingum just completely annihilate the Mountain Drake, so that it is secured for them. And it looks like they're going to try to rotate over to the bot lane and see if they can get that tower down. And we even see Misfortune equipping a Guardian's Angel, so that way if she does get taken out, that she can come back into the fight. So that's going to make it more difficult. Even Jarvan has a Guardian's Angel. So we see The remaining outer tower is starting to go down. Orin is not able to completely finish it up, but the rest of Muskingum is now putting pressure onto that bottom inhibitor tower. Teleport goes out for Orin to get a 5-person push. And Larson is able to get the kill onto Jarvan. Orianna ult comes out, but most of Marietta is extremely low in health, and Cowboy ends up falling, and so does Larson. So that's 4 for down for Marietta, and that might be enough to finish the game. And that should end up securing the game for Muskingum. And there you have it. So with that, Marietta does fall to Muskingum 1-2. So I mean, they had a decent start in the early game, but they allowed the misfortune to get the pentakill, and Katarina was 10-2 and 11 at the end of that game there. So they were able to just expand that lead, and Marietta was not able to have an answer for it. All right, so that's going to be it for us for today. So just a couple of reminders. This coming weekend, we'll be playing against Mount Vernon Nazarene University starting at 9 a.m. for Rocket League. We will try to get more updates to you about when the League of Legends match will be and what's going on with CLOL. So hope that you will come back for that. And also just remember, please be sure to follow us on social media. So you can go to Twitter at Marietta Esports, Facebook.com/Marietta College Esports. You can go to our YouTube channel, bit.ly/Marietta College Esports. Your support would be much appreciated. I want to thank all those who follow us today and those who subscribed. That does help us in the long run. So we do appreciate your support. So from all of us here at Marietta College Esports, thank you for watching, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day.